Hello there. England won, Serbia 0. But in all honesty, it really feels like England just really didn't show up. They were not good enough. They were fantastic for the first 30 minutes of the game. Thought, alright, maybe they might actually have a really good win here on their hands. But they absolutely capitulated, and all props to Serbia. They were phenomenal. Serbia really turned up to play. They were really, really unlucky not to get a point. All 3 points there, in all honesty. Serbia were a fantastic side. Especially Pavlovic, the number 2, the left centre-back. In the back 3, I thought Pavlovic played fantastic, and if he plays like that every week for Salzburg, they really have a centre-back on their hands there, because he was fantastic. He really shut down Saka well, especially in the second half. Absolutely, dominated him down that left side. Brilliant play by him, but I just expected more from England, I'm not expecting them to smash anyone. I'm never gonna, hate on England for not, smashing someone like 3-0, right? Because there are no easy games in the Euros, unless you're in Scotland's group. But, so I'm not gonna hate on them for not smashing Serbia. But it's the way they played I will always criticise. It really wasn't good enough. You shouldn't be dominated by Serbia. All due respect to Serbia, they are, they're not a bad side at all. They made the Euros, they played fantastic, fair play. But tournament favourites England. Tournament favourites England against Serbia, and Serbia outplayed them. That shouldn't be happening. There's not really an excuse. For the talent that England have on the pitch and on the bench, they should not be playing like that against Serbia. And why? One of the main reasons why is Gareth Southgate's I don't understand the way he picks his players. Gareth Southgate, up until this tournament, has always been stuck with the players he likes. These good, talented guys who work together, they gel together, they perform in the tournaments, and, they were his guys. And then all of a sudden for this tournament, he just decided, screw it. We're going to go with all the old English managers' way, and we're just going to pick everyone based on their league form rather than necessarily whether they're the best pick for the international team. And, I thought that really showed yesterday when he had golden generation syndrome trying to fit every big name in there. So you had Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield, who was fine, but, I just don't think that's his best position. I think Wharton is a better option for the midfield personally, but he wasn't the issue really. The issue was Phil Foden at left wing. Right, he's not a left winger. He could work there, but the only way that Phil Foden at left wing works is if you have an attacking left wing back, left full back, who can bomb forward and provide the width down the left side that the winger in Foden isn't providing. England played Kieran Trippier at left back. Now, Kieran Trippier can play left back, but Kieran Trippier is right-footed. He doesn't really have the legs on him. He's not bombing up down that left side, providing the width that England need. And neither is Phil Foden at left wing, because he likes to play centrally. And so the left wing was sort of like a black hole for England in that game. But the only way they could get any width was playing it out to Saka, who was having a really hard time against Pavlovic, who was playing amazing, and that was sort of the only out they had in that game yesterday. And right, so Trippier has to play left back because Luke Shaw's injured. Tyreek Mitchell was literally right there for the picking for the squad. Why we've only brought one left back who's been injured for the entire time, Luke Shaw, when Tyreek Mitchell has been fantastic for Crystal Palace this season, I will never know. The mysteries of Gareth Southgate once again. But, alright, Trippier plays. So why is Gordon not on the left wing? You have Gordon right there. Gordon would have been a fantastic choice to play on that left side for multiple reasons. First off, he's going to play out on the left. He's going to provide the width that England need down the left that Kieran Trippier and Phil Foden don't offer down the left. And then the second reason was runners. England severely lacked runners. You've got Harry Kane, phenomenal footballer. Jude Bellingham, phenomenal footballer. Bukayo Saka, phenomenal footballer. Phil Foden, phenomenal footballer. But what do they all have in common? They all love the ball. They all love to come deep, get the ball and make things happen. Great attributes to have. Great players to have. But who the hell is making the runs? You need, these players are fantastic because they can find the runners. You need the people making the movement in behind the defence, running, to try and create space. The dragging defenders. Defenders have to run with the runners, obviously. And so space opens up for these players to move into, and they make dangerous runs. So you play a nice through ball. Like a really creative player like Phil Foden, fantastic at finding through balls. You think you have Gordon down the left wing instead. You get the ball to Harry Kane. He's going to turn. He's going to see Gordon making a run down that left wing, and he's going to cut a nice little pass out wide to him, and then you're in a much more dangerous position. England completely lacked that. Another man who would have been fantastic at that role, who, alright, he hasn't had a great season, but he's always shown up for England, and he was one of England's best players at the World Cup. Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford is mind-boggling how perfect Marcus Rashford suits this team, or Anthony Gordon down that left wing. They complement the other players so much, and yet Gareth Southgate thought, no, we're going to play Phil Foden, who just isn't a left winger and really doesn't suit what England need down that side. And so the game goes on. It's not working. England are really struggling. So he subs on Conor Gallagher in midfield, who's a man that doesn't give you control of the midfield. He's good at stealing the ball and creating transition opportunities, but he doesn't give you the control that England really lacked in that second half. Wharton on the bench. Wharton would have done exactly that for England, but he chose Gallagher. And then another mind-boggling thing was, I've spoken so much about how the left side really struggled. How the left side was really crying out for Anthony Gordon to just, absolutely start cooking the right-sided defender for Serbia. Did it happen? Oh, he brought on Jared Bowen to replace Saka because Saka was huffing and puffing down the right side, but left side? Phil Foden's doing nothing. Where is Gordon, Gareth Southgate? Where is Anthony Gordon, Gareth Southgate? Right. So, England played Denmark next. I really hope that he takes the lessons from this game and, takes note of how the left side really struggled. Alright, maybe Luke Shaw is back from injury for that game. That would be fantastic. I'm okay with Foden being the left winger if Luke Shaw is playing, because Luke Shaw is going to provide the width that England need. But if Luke Shaw is not fit, Anthony Gordon, without a shadow of doubt, has to play there. Maybe Ollie Watkins, but certainly Gordon needs to start at the left wing. People were saying it before the tournament that, he was going to do the mistake of playing Foden on the left when Gordon just makes so much more sense for the squad. Yes, Foden is a much better player. I'm a huge fan of Foden. But you have to pick between Foden and Saka on that right side and then Gordon on that left if you really want to, get the best out of this England squad and really cause issues. Because you've got the talent there. You just picked the wrong setup of those players. And so I really hope that Southgate looks at what happened in this Serbia game and he takes those lessons forward and he puts out the changes that are needed for the Denmark game, and we see a much better performance against Denmark and really get the ball rolling on this tournament because, 3 points, yes, but the performance wasn't there for England and they really need to be better if they have any hope of winning this tournament. But, the optimist in me is going to bring out the old cliche of, winning games that you should lose is the mark of champions, and let's hope that cliche is correct and this is the mark of champions for England because it's coming home.